This is how we made the perfect Christmas dinner. Hello and welcome to the perfect video on making a Christmas dinner. Sort of relevant to roast dinners as well, to be quite honest with you. We've got all the best vegetables, pigs in blankets, stuffing, gravy, all from Eric Lyons. Again, some of it's already made by Eric Lyons, so it's even easier for us. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible because it should be. Cooking should be fun, cooking should be easy, and we're going to go from there. So it's simply sort of peel the veg, what sort of sizes you need it, boiling it first. There's lots of important tips and tricks on how to get sort of the best flavoured carrots, which my dad taught me. And then roasting them and then what to pair them with. There is no meat because in the other videos, anywhere, they'll probably flash up, you have how to cook a whole turkey breast and how to cook a whole turkey. Again, cooking with temperature and not time is one of the most important factors, and there's some serious tips and tricks in there so you just don't fail. It'll be the same with this. So there we go. Let us dive into how to cook the perfect Christmas dinner. So, first of all, we're going to start, you can start on any vegetable. I'm going to talk you through one by one. So, we'll go with the humble Albert Bartlett potato. Again, my favourite roasting potatoes. You can buy them online, you can buy them anywhere, you can buy them from us. They are beautiful. So again, we don't need to wash them because they're already washed. We're just going to peel them all. I like to cook everything whole. This is my first top tip. I don't know why, but it really, really intensifies the flavour. If I cook a carrot, cut it up, boil it, it's already the portions that's going to be on the plate, the flavour just drains. I'm guessing because it's the surface area and how it cooks and all the flavours run out into the water. If you cook everything whole, let it rest for a bit, so you're obviously not burning your hands when you cook it, cut it, then you cut it, the flavour is, it's not even just 2 times, it's 5 times, 10 times better. So we're going to cook all these potatoes whole. So, this should go into fast motion time. Done. Right, that was around 15 minutes. We have around 10 potatoes, 4 humongous parsnips, around 8 or 9 carrots, and around 20, probably plus sprouts. Sprouts, we've just sort of sliced the stalk off them. Only very much, like just half a fingernail's width. Potatoes, we've just peeled. What I might do, because obviously you've got different sizes, is just cut everything down to roughly the smallest one. So we cook them evenly. Again, ideally if you can get them all the same size, but we don't want to, so there you are, I've cut that one in half and that's almost exactly the same. So I want everything even sizes. That's going to go in my, again, I'm going to cut them all so they're roughly the same size. That one can go in half, that one doesn't have to, that one doesn't have to. Probably all of these actually don't have to, they're all probably roughly the same size. And pour a bit of water out of that. And again, I'm going to give you all of the times of how long to boil these. And it'll all be different to what size potatoes you have, but it's just a good rough guide. This is going to be from cold water. I have boiled the water for the other ones. Again, that's down to personal preference. That won't play a big part. What will play a big part is what I've just done there. Seasoning the water. Lots of salt in all the water and all the boiling you're doing. What we're going to be doing is boiling everything, keeping stuff simple. Just do the prep, do the boiling, then do the roasting. And then it all comes together at the same time. So then, next up, parsnips. Again, they are humongous. I'd love to cook them whole, but we'll be here all day. So I'm just going to cut them lengthways. Again, I probably should do it with a bigger knife, but I am safe with a knife because, well, actually, a lot of probably chefs have probably said that and slipped, so I'm not going to say that. This is rather dangerous. So we're just going to cut them lengthways, which will massively save on the cooking time. Tiny. So we're going to whack them straight into seasoned boiling water. Alright, now onto carrots. They can go in whole. They're about the same size as our parsnips. So all of them straight into boiling water. A bit more water in there. Sprouts will only take a few seconds, so we're going to use another pan of water to do them a bit later on, so they can stay out. So, stage one is done, completed. The root vegetables are all steamed to how I want them to be. Potatoes, just a bit nicely battered on the outside. Carrots, nice and soft, and same as the parsnips. While I'm letting them sort of just cool down, we're going to be prepping everything else. We've got the pigs in blankets. Imagine these in a pack. We're just going to put these nicely spread out onto the tray, onto a baking tray. Again, you should have your oven at 180. I'm doing enough for around like 10 people, so everything here is enough for 10, which I think I've probably already told you. But we're in such a relaxed mode, cooking should not be stressful. Again, I have the timings of these. The parsnips was a bit quicker actually, so that was about 20 minutes, and the carrots and the potatoes took around 25-ish. Again, just stick a knife in, you just want it to almost just fall straight through, but you still want a bit of pressure on the knife really, because it's going to be going in the oven, and if you do leave them too long, they'll just break up. The pigs in blankets are layered out. I've got our stuffing that you've either made or just bought, and we're going to make, I don't know, probably fairly big balls, because again, you've got to think these are going on the same tray as the pigs in blankets. Why am I doing that? Because again, no one has 5 million ovens, 5 million trays, and a lot goes on Christmas Day. So I'm going to make nice big stuffing balls, and then maybe half them when they come out the oven. This also stops them from drying out. If you do loads of small ones, I think we've all been there, when they're solid as a rock and it's like eating a load of dough. So there we are, the 6 nice big stuffing balls, and then the pigs in blankets, and they will cook perfectly evenly. Next on the list, we're going to grab the roasting trays that you need. So the carrots and the parsnips are going to go in one, and the potatoes are going to go in the separate one. And that's all I need then. So I'm just going to get my beef dripping, because that's my preferred choice. I use the goose fat for the bird, so the breast or the whole bird. And then I love beef dripping for my my roast potatoes, my sort of roasted veg. And we need, for the roast potatoes especially, we need quite a lot of it. So yeah, we're just going to whack these in the oven really quickly. This fat will take no time to melt at all. We don't need as much for the carrots and the parsnips. We do need quite a lot for the roast potatoes. You should have your oven on 180. There we have it. So I'm going to slide them both in the oven. They can come out in 2 minutes. Right, so next up we're going to start cutting the carrots, parsnips and potatoes into the required size for your roasted veg. So obviously you won't want a parsnip that big on your plate. We're going to cut it now. So I sort of like a nice sort of chunky piece of veg. Again, the aim is just keep it all even. It's the same as boiling it. Even sized chunks. So now our beef drippings, there's a smidge that's left. I'll leave the roasty one in. There's a smidge left that isn't cooked, but that'll melt in no time. And we're going to throw our parsnips onto the left side. So there we have it. I'm going to do the same with the carrots. Right, we're going to move that to the back. It's a bit hot. And you should have a bit more fat. So potatoes, again, they're sort of like nicely battered on the side. That's going to make a lovely crispy potato. And I think I'm gonna go for like nicely sized ones. I like having the crispiness on the outside and the fluffiness in the middle. If you make them too small, they're all just too crispy and there's no fluffiness left. So we're gonna go some of these potatoes just in half. They're gonna be a really sort of big, nice roasty. After this, we're gonna season them. Lots of salt and pepper. Toss them around in the pan. And it needs to be, especially the potatoes, they need to be really evenly tossed. We need lots of fat on the outside of them. Again, those pans are just the right size. Any smaller and we would be in trouble because you need the space around it. So, salt and pepper time. I've gone for a nice thick sea salt now. Again, I like to season my water with sort of finer salt. Not this, even though you probably saw me do that earlier in the video, but I found some finer salt. And again, lots of it. Salt is a flavour enhancer. You need quite a bit of it. And then pepper, I don't like a huge amount. Again, I sort of add pepper afterwards, but just a very light sprinkling. You get these Verstegen pepper and salt grinders online. They are superb. And then it's a case of just tossing them. To give these a nice little toss. There we are, that's exactly what we're after, like that. So all the fat's just gone onto the top and on the bottom. Every one needs to be coated in this lovely beef dripping. Right. That is stage 2 complete. They're in the oven, 180, about half an hour. So we're at the final stage of cooking our turkey roast dinner. Nice and easy, simple. We have simmering water, and again, we're just gonna pour all of our sprouts into there. Careful. Don't burn yourself. And they will go on the hob for about 5 minutes, I would have thought. Gently boil them away. We are going to now lardon the bacon. So I have, yeah, it depends how much bacon you want really. I've got 7 rashers there, which I think will sort of do me. Again, this is sort of the alternative for the salt. You can go lengthways, but I quite like chunky bits. So we're sort of just going to go along here. Just into nice chunky pieces. It's nice and fatty, which is quite important because the fat is the flavour. And sprouts, they need to be cooked perfectly. It's like al dente. It's the same with that veg. All of that veg, the word is al dente. You want them sort of soft but hard at the same time. It's very confusing. There's probably a few minutes in it. So I reckon them sprouts will be sort of 5 minutes. We're going to pour them out into the colander and let them sort of rest. And we're just going to be in a position where it's just nice and easy again. We're going to fry this bacon and the sprouts will be nicely rested. We'll chuck them into the pan, be done again. Absolutely simple. The timings then are going to be the tough thing. So the oven's been on for 20 minutes and our roasted potatoes, carrots, parsnips are sort of chilling away there. We'll take the pigs in blankets and the stuffing balls out, sort of let them rest for 5 minutes. I'm going to whack the oven right up to 200, 210 for the last burst on the roast potatoes. Maybe the carrots and parsnips, but I don't like to give them that like really crispiness. And then we're in position where we just plate up. We have 3 options. We have a turkey breast joint which is wrapped in bacon, which I think we're going to use for our lovely turkey roast dinner. We have a whole turkey that I've done in some other videos, so check out them and you will like just easily cook turkey roast dinner, which is never easy, again, for a certain amount of people. This will cook about 10 people, and look how easy this has been. So again, we'll have a recipe sort of blog. You've got the videos, got no excuse when you mess up your roast dinner, because I've showed you how to do it. Okay, so bacon lardons are lardoned. So, doesn't need any fat, You can put a bit of fat in, but this bacon's fatty enough to produce its own fat for the pan. There we are. Get that on the hob. The sprouts, about 5 minutes. Got our bacon frying away. Got a lovely load of fat because it was very fatty bacon, which is exactly what I wanted. Pour my sprouts in. We're just going to give them, I don't know, 5 minutes. It's not on a serious heat on the hob. You can add, I know some people add nutmeg, some people add some herbs. I just like them as they are, to be quite honest with you. About 5 minutes on the frying pan on a medium heat. Our little piggies, ooh, nearly, and our sage and onion stuffing balls. Look at them. They are spot on. So we're going to let them just rest alongside, out the way on here. Because we've got to whack now our oven up to 220. Because the roasties have sort of done what I want them to do. Same with the carrots and the parsnips. But we just want to toss them about a bit. Again, don't forget to stir your sprouts and bacon. Non-stick pan, it's not on really hot, so that'll do. All while your turkey's been about 20 minutes. Again, don't carve it, you need to let it rest. But that can just chill on the side. You can put some foil over it, keep it hot, whatever. But we just need to sort of toss these roasties one last time. Again, it doesn't matter if they sort of break up. I love it when they go this like rustic. And then this is really just gonna like 5-10 minutes of blast and be ready. Same with these parsnips. I think we will give these a little blast. I just like the caramelization when they come off. 10 minutes, everything's coming together. We're gonna get our gravy on. Roasties always put in the top as well. It's going in the same oven. They can take all the heat. We're going to give them the boost. Might also chuck some of the turkey sort of juice into the roasties. We'll have a little look at that. So, sprouts and bacon. Look at these. Absolutely phenomenal. Again, I left the sprouts quite hard so they can take a lot more cooking. So they can stay hot while we're going. Pigs and blankets and stuffing balls are ready. Turkey's basically ready. We need the gravy now. So again, I've cheated, bought the gravy from Eric Lyons. We make our own turkey gravy. Why would you do it otherwise? It's another long thing to make. So it's simply a case of just pouring it onto the stove and just putting it on, I don't know, simmering it away. Right, quickly, as I just mentioned, I'm going for it. This turkey juice would be wasted otherwise. We're going to pour a bit on top of these roasties. Not a huge amount, just that sort of rich, fatty flavourness. Roll that about, and then we're just going to blast them. Nuke them for 10 minutes. Here we have the perfect turkey breast joint. Again, wrapped in bacon. It has been rested, so we're ready to carve. Let me have a little look at the beauty. So, I'm just going to plate up one. This feeds 10, and it's all go from now. So we're going to cut the first bit off. Oh, look at this. Look at this. So succulent. Moist. We're going to go with 3 nice centerpieces on there. Oh. Then we're going to move into 2 pigs in blankets. What's going on? Again, they're still lovely and warm. We're going to go with half of one of these stuffing balls, rustic stuffing balls, which will just add nice bit of flavour. We now have the sprouts and bacon. It's how to make sprouts 10 times better. Add bacon to them. Oh. Again, all so simple. Like there's nothing hard about this. You've got to stay sort of calm. We've got lots of bacon on this plate with the turkey breast, pigs in blankets, the bacon sprouts. We're going to be quite a few sprouts. Right, next. This is usually on the table, but let's get it on now. Nice bit of cranberry sauce just next to. Oh. Next up, the carrots and the parsnips onto the plate. Nice little beauties. Again, they just add a nice bit of sweetness to the plate, in my opinion. I think they really are. One of sort of the underrated parts of a Christmas dinner, I think. Then we head over to the parsnips. Quite a nice size. We've gone for a bit of a chunkier one because they can dry out, parsnips. Almost like that one. See, we've got like a crunchier one on the end. Everyone's family is different. My mum loves the burnt end bits. I'm the opposite. I like sort of the ones that are just crispy on the outside and fluffy in the middle. And then the masterpiece is about to come out. I think there are so many favourites on a Christmas dinner, but is it the roast potato? In my opinion, the roast potato has to be the favourite thing on a Christmas dinner. You've also got, gravy is important, pigs in blankets, everything is vital. But I think the roast potatoes are what people talk about a lot. You can get them very wrong. These are going to be the best ever. Look at that. Oh, you can hear them crackling. We've got a really crispy one here. Again, we've got to have more than the parsnips. It's important. We're going to pile them high. Oh, I don't think I even need to talk anymore. It's sort of speaking for itself, isn't it? Look at these. Simple, easy Christmas dinner. We've done it. It only took about an hour and a half. Step by step, really easy. And look at that. You don't get any better.